Hello again, everyone. Hope you are having a good Sunday afternoon. It is still Sunday. It is still December the 8th, and the Walmart CEO sounds the alarm on grocery prices next year. So I'm going to go into that. Also, a few other things. I'm going to talk about why we need to keep stacking. Okay. We need to keep preparing food prices. Also, what about automobiles? What about inflation? Especially since 2019. I'm going to show you something kind of scary on that. A Walmart article and how the CEO is sounding that alarm. Our observations. We went to a Walmart yesterday. And food dyes. What in the world am I going to talk about with food dyes? Well, I may just do that first. Let me find it here. Miss Dawg alerted me to this article, actually. Food and Drug Administration, how about that, may finally ban artificial red dye from beverages, candy, and other foods. Well, that's interesting. Some of the artificial dyes allowed in candies, beverages, and other food in the United States are either banned or require a warning label in other countries. We eat so much junk, don't we? We eat so much poison. It's just unreal. Food and Drug Administration is finally going to make a move to ban officially artificial red food dye, the coloring found in beverages, snacks, cereals, and candies. Let's see. Well, that's really the essential part of it. It doesn't really give an exact timeline, but I have to wonder if Trump had not won this election, would we be seeing this article? I don't think so. They know who's coming. They know Trump's coming. They know RFK is coming. RFK Jr. And I believe that's why we're seeing it. And that's just the start of many, because especially processed food is just, it's horrid. It's horrible. And I'm guilty as anybody. I eat some of it as well, probably too much of it. And, it does damage. I think we're, I can use stronger language, but I think it's criminal. I really do. Hopefully it changes fast, y'all. We need to keep preparing. We need to keep stacking, as we say it, as I say it here. And people are like, well, nah, we got Trump coming in and it's a new year coming. And, I want to think happy thoughts and unicorns. And that's good. Let's do that. I'm very optimistic. However, I believe with Trump coming in and the adults are finally arriving into the room again, it's not going to change overnight. I think we're still going to see inflation rise. I think we're going to see food prices keep rising, actually. Now, hopefully, they stabilize. Are they going to go back down? People are under the illusion we're going to go back to prices of 2018. No, I don't believe so. I do believe we have a chance of gasoline going down if we can get back to drilling, like we used to. At the level, even close to the level that we were before when Trump was in office. Remember what gas prices were like then? Hopefully that can come back, or at least reduce down to close to that level. And that could have, hopefully, a ripple effect in prices of other things, because the fuel is so, that's how we get everything, right? By trucks and airplanes and rail. So I just don't think anything's going to change right away, especially with our pricing and inflation. So we need to continue with our stacking. How about, like I said, fuel, automobiles? I hear people saying we're in the middle of a crash, and man, the automobile industry's crashing. You're going to buy a car for cash. You're going to be able to buy a new car for like a few $1,000s cash. this year, next year. I heard that 3 years ago. I heard that 2 years ago. I heard that a year ago. It's not the case. Some automakers have a lot of 2024 inventory still in their lots, so it's not a bad time to get some deals in some situations. Still, the pricing has been so inflated and insane, you're still going to overpay even right now. Is that going to change into 2025? I don't think so. I believe the automakers, for the most part, are going to limit production, thereby keeping a demand kind of high, keeping their prices high. So now with used vehicles, it's insane. The pricing's been insane for the last 5 years, 4 or 5 years. I don't believe that'll change. I don't have great news on that part. I know. But this article, the Walmart CEO sounds the alarm on grocery prices next year. Walmart top brass has lifted the lid on what Americans can expect for grocery prices next year. It's not good news. CEO Doug McMillon said the cost of a family shop of record highs after 4 years of rampant inflation will not be coming down in 2025. McMillon said he was disappointed with the current level of food inflation, pointing to a lot of dairy, eggs, and dairy as key contributors. But it comes after prices have jumped more than 20% in 4 years. Feels like a lot more than that, y'all. The biggest annual jump came in the year of August 2022 when they rose 13.5%. McMillon acknowledged that customers are understandably upset at food prices remain significantly higher than pre-pandemic levels. Items that have gone up the most, eggs, milk, are expected to stabilize more quickly than dry grocery items. He warned that processed foods are unlikely to return to pre-pandemic levels and may see little improvement throughout 2025, y'all. This was an article out of the Daily Mail, which, it's a foreign news source that probably gives us just as good or better news on what's going on here in the United States and in North America. I was going to show you this. This is scary. You can see this good. Look at this. Grocery inflation since 2019. Look at that. Look at the dairy, even bread. I don't know about y'all, but it feels like it's been more than that. We went to Walmart yesterday, a town or two over from where we live, because we don't have one right here where we live. And it's just not a bad thing. I'm glad, actually, but for many reasons. But we went to one, and we don't go to one that often, but there were some things we needed to pick up, and they're just better priced there. We can grab them, and so we went in and did that. We like to kind of observe too what's going on, and it's interesting. It was crowded. Yeah, it's like we expected, but not overly. I mean, it was manageable. It was definitely manageable. What else? One thing we noticed, as far as items they were stocked fairly well, actually. The surprising thing that we noticed, and we wanted to get some more Band-Aids, stuff like that, to just keep stocked up on. And wow, wiped out that aisle, the Band-Aids and all. I don't know when I've seen it that low in a long time. Now that could be for various reasons, of course, but we were surprised. We were looking for just to fill some holes and things like that. Band-Aids, bandages, that kind of stuff. And it was very, very bare. We grabbed a couple of things, but we wanted to grab more. And there was an older gentleman there beside us as we rolled up, and he looked like he was having trouble. He was he was looking hard for something. And he made a comment, and we helped him. He says, "I'm looking for what did he say? I'm looking for something to at this size." And he gave us an example of the size he was looking for. We tried to help him out. I think we helped him out. I'm not sure. We tried for sure. He was appreciative, a nice guy. So a good interaction there. But he was having trouble. He was having trouble finding something. We made the comment then to him, we haven't seen it this bare in a while, especially in this section. I mean, they were wiped out. Like, what's going on? So, but other things, they were stocked, fairly well on things. So, as far as that's concerned, I think that we need to keep, and a lot of people will say, well, I have a family member, I have this, that's against prepping. That's against this kind of stuff, And I would say two things to that person, and maybe you've already tried this, or a family member, whoever, friend, if for no other reason than prices and inflation, it continues to go up, food prices. If you have a deal, if you see a buy one, get one or free, or a special deal on something, that's a good reason to stock up a little extra on it. If nothing else, that you have a little extra so you don't have to pay the higher price next time you go. You can start there. That's a good starting point for kind of educating, or, the gateway drug into getting somebody to want to preparedness, right? If nothing else, for inflation, as a hedge on inflation. So start there. That could help. That could help out, I believe. Shop smart. We go to several stores. Heck, we end up paying about the same every week, every other week when we go get a lot of stuff, But we try to shop, be smart about it. We order some things online. If it's a better deal, we get some things in person that you can't order online, or that we get a better deal on, but still you end up paying. And it feels, and Miss Dawg said this yesterday, and I don't think it's wrong. I mean, when you compare it to 2018, 2017, I mean, it feels literally like double what we used to pay, y'all. I mean, it really does. It's amazing. And no matter what store you go to, even Aldi. Now, we don't do the big warehouse clubs, the Costco's, the Sam's, and all that kind of stuff. I mean, we thought about giving that a shot. I don't know. There is one in Athens now, so it's not terribly far from us. But on the other hand, I'm a little afraid to go in there. I might spend too much. I know they have a lot of items. I'd be like, oh, I need that. You have to be very disciplined, I'm sure, to save some money shopping at those places. I can imagine. But anyway, share your thoughts on this. I think we need to keep stacking, keep preparing. Like I said, if you see a deal, grab a little extra. And however we can do to, make our own food too, it takes time. I get it. But as much as we can, reduce the processed type stuff, the foods in boxes, the ultra processed, the highly processed foods, because they're going to continue to be expensive and the prices on them are going to keep going up. So whatever we can do to reduce that and use a little more of the natural, the real ingredients, fresh stuff. I think that helps us. It might help your price too, of course, and it's going to help your health also. So people say, I don't want to buy organic or, fresh. Well, you might spend a little extra, but it's better for your health. You might pay less in medical bills. Hopefully with this administration coming in, we get some changes like these food dye things, to where it makes a difference, hopefully enough to move the needle as far as health and life expectancy here, because it's dropping. So I hope this is helpful. Share your thoughts on this, on these things, and what you're seeing out there, maybe some tips that you employ to help with food prices, with your budget. We would sure appreciate it. Still a weekend. Let's be safe out there. God bless y'all. I'll see you soon.